Hi students, this is your instructor Megan, and in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about captions. Every photograph in your design requires a caption. Photos do a good job of telling a story, but they can't tell the whole story. For example, on the left, what is that woman doing? She's obviously carrying something. She seems like possibly a farmer. She has a goat with her, but we don't get the full story. Does she own a farm? Does she work on a farm? Is she doing errands for a friend? We don't know. So having a caption helps us explain the photographs. Now, for this assignment, captions have not been provided to you, so you'll have to write your own. So just write something that's reasonable for the photograph. But I want to talk a little bit about captions. So body copy, as you know from earlier in this class, is sized between 9 and 11 points. And you can see that my body copy is 10 points. So between 9 and 11. Captions are usually somewhat smaller than the body copy, about a point. It kind of depends on the size of your copy. Photos should almost always have the caption underneath because people look from top to bottom. So you read top to bottom. So you look at the photo and then you naturally look down to read because you read top to bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little bit of space for this column, and I have a couple options. I'm going to put a text box. And for this purpose, the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to put some filler text. Now my caption copy is too big. I want to make it match either my body copy or my display type. So my display type is Hoffler text. So I'm going to use Hoffler text. And then my body copy is 10, so let's make this 9, a little bit smaller. So this is obviously a caption now. It's obviously different than the body copy. No one's going to get confused and accidentally start reading this instead of this. And there's a couple other things that I can do to make this caption more obviously a caption. One technique is to either capitalize or bold the first few words of the caption. In this case, I'll do both, and you can see how that looks. There we go. So that's obviously a caption. And another strategy is to put a box. So I can do something like copy this box, and I'm going to line it up with the photograph exactly on the left and right. It's completely lined up now. I'm going to send it to the back, and now I'm going to make this caption copy white. Now, as you know from your first assignment, anytime you create a box, the text inside the box should be 1 pica inset. So I'm going to pull this in about a pica on both sides and on the top and bottom. There we go. So there's another strategy for making a caption. I can get rid of that now. So 2 strategies for you there. The caption copy should be smaller. One strategy is to put it in some sort of colored box. Another strategy is to give it a lead-in with all caps or bold or maybe italics, something like that. And then I just need to apply that same strategy to all of the photos. So for consistency's sake, I'm just literally going to copy and paste. There's no reason for me to make this caption over again. So I will now copy and paste and put a caption on every photo, and now I can go back in and I can write the real caption for each one of those. So try to work smarter, not harder sometimes. So if you make a caption and you like it, just copy and paste it for every photo and then write whatever it really should be. So if I go back to my other strategy, which is not to have the box, if I just want something like this, I can now copy and paste that and put it under every photo and then rewrite it to be the correct caption. Now, one more thing that you can do, another strategy, is just to use boxes in a little bit different way. And so I could do something like, for my captions, I could have a little square or something before each one. Let's see, I want that to be about a pica away. There we go. And now, again, I can copy and paste this for each photograph. And now I just have a little bit of moving to do because this is a little too close now. So just move all this stuff down a little bit. There we go. So there's a nice amount of negative space between those two things. So a couple different strategies for captions, but I do expect your captions to be smaller and to be obviously captions, so they shouldn't be confused with body copy, and they need to be consistent across photos. All photos should have a caption.